Hello there, it's Sharon from Mad Paper Crush, and today I'm going to be doing some more planning in my altered book junk journal planner that I have here. So I've just pulled out some things that I think I'm going to use. This is really just going to be a mishmash of things. So I want to try and use up some of the things that I have left over and things like that. So we'll kind of see how it goes. And I pulled out my planner, and as you can see, because of the gluing and stuff I've been doing, it is starting to already kind of alligator mouth a little bit. So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. I mean, I don't have too many more pages to go in here. But I don't know, how much more it's going to do that. And while, it's okay, it's starting to bother me a little bit. So I don't know where that's going to go, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. So I, went ahead. So where we were last time was, I think I had done a couple of weeks in February. So I had done my January in review, my February, cover page, and then my weeks in February I had kind of gone through and used them too. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up to a new page, and I'm going to work on a summary page for February, because I kind of like how those are coming about, how I can just kind of sum up how the month went and thing like that. And then my cover page for March. So for the summary page for February, I pulled out some of the leftover things that I had for, that I had used in a journal. So this is my Letters from Verona kit. So they're just some pieces, some leftover pieces that I have from that kit. And I thought this envelope might be fun to do something with. And I thought this would be a great cover page. And then I just pulled out a couple of other bits from the kit that I thought we might use. So we'll see how that one comes together. And then for March, I don't have anything specific for March, but I do have my millinery kit here that I thought would be, March you kind of associate with green and St. Patrick's Day. So I really love this background page, and I thought this would be a fun background page to do, and then maybe use put a tag or a pocket or something with one of these, with these lovely ladies and their hats. I thought they would be fun in there as well. So that's what I'm thinking so far, but as we know, things can change as you start to do things. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cover page, or I should say my page cover, down for February here. So I can decide, if there's a certain side that I want to do, which I do think, I kind of like the handwriting that's sticking out on this side. So I think maybe I'm going to use that one. So like I do, I'm just going to cut using my, well, first I'm going to mark using my pencil. So at what the height needs to be, and then I'll grab my cutter and we will cut this down so that it fits on the book page there. So I'm just going to cut this one first, and I don't know if I'll use the rest of that book page, but that's kind of the thing about using digital kits for some of your things. You always have leftovers that you can do, different things with as you go. So, okay, so I'm gonna just grab this. Actually, I don't need that. I have my little glue pad over here. So I think I was just going to put this on the back. I'm gonna use some glue stick here, and I'm gonna put this on the back of this paper. To cover these upside down words that I have here. And that'll be my background for my February summary page. Let me put my glue away here. Okay, so I was trying to think what we should do with this wrap-up page, and I think what I want to try is, I think it would be fun to have an envelope here that I could put my little journaling card in with my summary of the month there. So I took this envelope from the Letters from Verona kit, And I'm just gonna fold in the sides, and you can see when I cut it out, I just kind of distressed, especially up where the flap is, because then when you open it, you know, you won't see all white paper there. So I'm just going to fold that over. Actually, I don't think I quite got that square. There we go. Okay. I don't think I cut it out very good or something here. All right. So there we go. I like how that looks. And I was thinking about taking it and gluing the flap down so that I could just make it sort of a, you know, a flip pocket kind of thing. But because this kind of has an upside down and right side up, I thought, you know, if I did it like this, then this would be upside down, and I didn't really like that. Although I do like the way that flips out. But then I also thought this this flap is really pretty too. So I don't know that I want to cover that up. So I think what I'm going to do after I refold the bottom, since I realized I didn't do that very good either. There we go. Is I think I'm going to find a couple of other pieces. So let me see. Oh, I found this piece from the Letters from Verona kit that I thought looked nice here. And I found some vintage lace here that I thought I could put maybe sew across the bottom. And then we would have like a little pocket to put the envelope into. So I kind of really like that idea. And then I would just have to come up with something for the top, and I could probably do some sort of collage or something up there with my maybe some stamped lettering or something like that. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue my envelope together. So when you're making an envelope, I always just like to glue these little edges on the bottom flap coming up there. And then when you put it on, just hold it down for a second to make sure that it starts to adhere. And I was just checking to make sure I didn't get any glue on the wrong sides there. Okay. So now that's all ready to go. And it has a little Victorian card there with some doves on it. I love that. So I didn't want to cover that up. Okay, and then I'm going to cut my lace down so that it fits here. And let's see if I can do this relatively straight. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to match this up with my card here. Pretty close. And then I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm just going to do a little stitch around the three sides of the lace. Now you could stop there. I may actually go around the whole thing. I'm not sure yet. If you wanted to. So I think I may just keep it to the bottom three here, because I like the way the rest of the card looks as it is. So I'm just going to do my sewing right around the bottom three sides of the lace so we have a little pocket right here. So I'll be right back. All right. I glued around the three sides, and you can see now I have a nice little pocket for my envelope to fit in, and I really like the way that looks. So now I'm just going to glue this down, and I'm going to glue the whole thing down. You, of course, could, you know, make another pocket if you wanted to, but I think this will be plenty sticking off the page. And since I feel like this book is already starting to get fat, I don't want to add too much more to it there. But I do need enough glue to make sure this stays down. Okay, and I'm not going to put it right at the bottom, I don't think. I'm going to put it up a little bit from the bottom. And now I have my place for my little envelope. I love that. And then I also just, I normally would put this on some other paper or something, but I just went ahead and distressed the back of it because I'm just going to be writing on it. So, and it's going to be protected by this envelope, so I don't need to worry about it, you know, being heavier than it maybe needs to be. Okay, so now let's just finish up the top. Let's see what we can do here. I think that I'm going to do some stamping, and I have to decide what words I'm going to do here. Let me just move these. I don't think I'm going to need, well, I might use some of these other things. So I may cut out these little pieces of ephemera, some of the rows. I may use the darker ones since that'll be a nice contrast with this. And maybe pick out some additional ephemera. Well, let me see what I got here. I think I have some from my This and That planner kit for my Mad Plans that might be nice here. It's confectionery stores with the red rose, I think might look nice. So I'm going to cut some of these pieces out, and I'm going to go grab my stamps, and then we'll be back to work on the top there. Okay, I cut out my rose, I cut out my little confectionery ephemera, and then this little bit of a calling card piece here. So we figure there's, you know, some way I can arrange them probably. So now I just have to decide where I'm going to put my lettering for my stamps, because I want to put, you know, like February in review, or February wrap up, or something like that. I don't know. So I think this space right here that doesn't have a lot of handwriting might be perfect for that. And then I can decide if I want to put, you know, my rows on top here. I don't know what I'm doing yet, obviously. So let me just grab this clip here. I'm going to clip these down to kind of hold that open a little bit better for me. All right. So let me just, I think I am going to put this here, because then if I do that, I'll kind of know how far down I can go. And what I might do is I might go back to see what words I used for January. Whoops, that's upside down. And either, you know, use the same words or something different. So let me see here. I think I clipped it. January in review. So maybe I could do February. I could do February summary. Okay, so that's how far down I can go. I'm just trying to think, because I think I want to keep myself, and actually, you know what? I think I might use, they're lowercase, but they're pretty big letters. They're almost an inch high, I think. So I'm going to grab my little vintage ABC rubber stamps. And these are all caps, but they're a lot smaller. So I think that might be better for what I'm doing here. And I'm going to use this archival ink that's in plum. And I'm just going to, I think I'm going to put, I probably now, if I use these smaller ones, I'll do February in review. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, Now I just need to decide where I'm going to put these little things. I think adding some contrast in here would be good. And I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to add them in just like that. And that frames my February in review just nicely there. I was trying to think of some way to maybe layer that rose underneath this piece, but once again, I think it needs more contrast, and those nice green leaves give me that contrast that I think I'm looking for. So we'll just put this here. And then this I'll just put to the side just a little bit. And I think I like that. So once again, doesn't have to be hard. And I sometimes think the more ephemera, it just makes it more fun. So there we go. All right. I think my February in review page, I have my envelope with my note card in there ready to go for me to write something on when February is over. And then this page is all ready to go. Let's start on the March cover page. So first, let's cover our base page again for March. And I had my pencil out. Here it is. And this time I'd really like to get this little flourish on the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the bottom this time and mark the edges that way first, so that when I cut it, I'll make sure to get, all this stuff that I want. I don't mind if some of these words at the top get cut off. So, all right, now we have our beginning base page, and I like this one because since there's already something on there, there's not much that I need to or have to add to it. Obviously you can do as much or as little as you want, and I think these pages are always great for coming back to do more later if you want to. So that's just kind of an option for you. Let's go ahead and get some glue on here. Ooh. And then get this stuck down, and I think I want to try to do it from the inside out. There we go, and I could just stamp March on there and be done if I wanted to. I just like the way that looks by itself. Actually, I wasn't sure what I think about the two colors together, but I kind of like the way that's coming together, and it's very distinct. The sort of the end of February and the beginning of March, so I like that. I grabbed some green fabric here that I thought might be fun for a tab. I have another little tab way back here, so I thought this might be fun to add a tab up here. And we just need to decide how I'm going to put it on. And I may just use a little staple. But now, when I do that, this page will probably be covered up, which is totally okay. So I think I am going to do that. Let me see if I can find my tiny attacher stapler. And just add a little staple right on there to hold it on. I love that. Okay, now I am going to add some stamps since I want them to match a little bit. Now I did say I was going to do something maybe with one of these cards, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do there. I did find a quote that I liked. It's a Japanese proverb that says, "The day you decide to do it is your lucky day." So I just thought that was kind of fun. And I actually could maybe even leave it just like that up there. And we could maybe add one of these on. I really like this green one because all these little roses in here, they almost look like, the leaves are kind of clovery leaves. I don't know. I shouldn't get too caught up in it, I guess. But let me see. I'm going to just try and cut this card out, and maybe what I'll do is I'll put my the word March on here as my sort of cover for March. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know how much of this kind of thing you do if you're very sure when you know, of what you're going to do ahead of time, or if you're like me where you kind of have to play around with things and see what you think. So, I could probably tear a little bit of this off so that it's not quite so close to the fabric. And then I really don't want to cover this up as well because I do like that. Actually, I do kind of like this. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll take this card and I'll just add some stitching around it. And maybe as well, I'll add a little bit of some curved edges. So let's see how this looks. I just curve these edges a little bit and then add some stitching to it. I think this will be a perfect little opening card. And maybe even what I could do is I could, because I think the width is fine, but it's just the height that's kind of making me nuts. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the top and the bottom as close as I can to the illustration, because then I can not have to worry about it covering up sort of some of the decoration on the page there. So let me go back in and round these again, because I liked the way the rounded corners looked for sure. They were nice. So that'll go there, and this will go here. I do like that a lot. And I could even put this over this corner just a touch. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll put March just right down the side there. So yeah, I think I like that. So I'm going to use my stamps that I'd used before, but this time instead of plum, I'm just going to use the coffee. Yeah, I think this is the coffee color. And we're just going to put March on there. Okay, I'm back. I have my March stamped on there. I added a little sewing around the edge there. I kind of like that. And then that, I think I'm just going to leave just like that. I was thinking about stamping that, but I kind of like it with the brown. Once again, another adding some contrast into things. So I'm just going to glue these down. We'll call this done. All right. I wanted to go ahead and do my first week of March too, so that's all ready to go for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip the page, and I pulled out one more page of the millinery book that I have, and I thought I would use that for the right side. This is leftover from my This and That planner kit, which I haven't used all the pieces for yet, so I thought I would use one of these for another week. And I thought these matched well, since the tag here kind of has the same color as her dress. So I thought that would be fun to use on this side. And then once again, I just pulled out some of the leftover pieces I had from the This and That kit that I would maybe use for some of my journaling spots and things like that, and lists. So I am going to glue this down, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my dates and things on here. So I like a Monday start, and I should get this is my February paper clip. Let's see, I think I have March in here. Yep. So I got my March ready to go. And looks like March starts on a Monday just like February did. So I can start my week. I have these little cubes here. And so I'm just going to basically number them. I'm not going to get real crazy about this. I'm just going to, and actually, you know what? Maybe what I'll do, let's see. Maybe I will get a little crazy. Let me find I'll be right back. Okay, I pulled out, so instead of just writing everything in, I pulled out my little, I have these planner stamps. So I thought it would be fun to just use those. Since this one is kind of blank anyway. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out each of my days here, because these have the days of the week on it. So this is my Monday. And I'm going to do that in each one of these squares, and then all I'll have to do is put the date in when I'm done doing that. Okay, so I have my week now. I stamped on it, and I really like how that turned out. I will link those stamps down below if you're interested in something like that. And I think I like to use the glue stick on the big backgrounds, just because I feel like it is not as bulky as some of the other glues, and it has more coverage sort of for everything. So that's why I'm using the glue stick there. But I may need to go in and get very good coverage on the side here. Well, we'll see how that works, but I might have to go back in and add a little glue to my corners. I don't think I did such a hot job doing that, but let's just see how that works. And then for my other side, I went ahead and cut down my background page. So I like how that works. And then I also just cut down one journal spot for now. So I don't know exactly what I'll need for this week. I don't think I have a lot of plans coming up. So I might come back and add something later, or no, I probably should have put the background down first, huh? That's what I get for talking. But I can also use this as a journaling space. So there's plenty of room right here to journal if I have a list, or, you know, I want to jot down a note or something there. So let me finish up by just gluing this whole page down, which, like I said, I should have done before I put the notepad on, but that's the way it goes sometimes. All right. And this one I cut pretty close to the top and bottom because I didn't want to cut the flourish off there and also her dress off down here. So, all right. So I think that's going to do it for this one, for this week. And like I said, I may come back in and do something different, you know, add some more things in, you know, depending on how I feel. Sometimes I think it's great to leave some spots open in your journal so that if you're feeling creative or motivated, that you can do something else inside there as well. So you don't have to finish it all in one sitting if you don't want to. All right, friends, I think we're good for another week or so. I have my February in review page ready to go. And usually what I like to do when the month is up, I will take my little calendar clip that I will just take the paper clip out of to, you know, put in the next month or whatever. And I'll probably just put this right in with my note cards so that, you know, I have something to just kind of remember the month by. And then my March starter page is all finished, or not, you know, who knows. And then my first week of planner is ready to go as well. And so I want to put my March calendar in here, but I think if I put it at the top here, I think it's going to kind of block some of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my paper clip out and put it in the bottom so that I can put it on the bottom of the page just like that. And it'll be perfect there for me to check out, okay, what day is St. Patrick's Day? That would be the 17th. Or what day is my brother's birthday? Which that would be the 29th of March. So important day to remember. So I hope you enjoyed this video, friends. Thanks so much for planning with me. I hope to see you in the next video. If you're not subscribed, you can hit that subscribe button and then make sure you tap the bell so that you can be notified of new videos as I post them. And if you did like this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. So thanks so much, friends. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.